What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this lovely Wednesday? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Come one, come all. Do I see that? Do we really have 47 people up in here on the live podcast? What is going on, everybody? Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We do this every single day, Monday through Thursday at 10:30 a.m. So regardless if you're at work, if you're at school, if you're doing something, definitely go ahead and make sure you tune in here live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. We are, we're live podcasting it up, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we're talking about our favorite team, your favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. If you guys haven't done so already, ladies and gentlemen, smack the like button, do it for the algorithm, smack it up, and follow me on all my social platforms as well. I'm very active on Twitter. I'm very active on Instagram. I also have a Facebook as well, but I don't really go ahead and talk too much on that on Facebook. But that's where you'll basically be able to kind of like communicate with me a lot easier. Because let's be honest, YouTube comments are really, really rough, ladies and gentlemen. So let's dive right into it. Actually, before we dive right into it, I want to make sure that I talk to you guys and let you guys know what we're going to talk about, right? We're going to talk about culture. Big breaking news that ended up happening yesterday. The Arizona Cardinals end up releasing a coach. We're going to dive right into the nitty gritty and what my opinion is on the whole situation. And obviously, with other breaking news that ended up happening, not breaking news, but I guess rumors that happened earlier today with Sean Payton. So we're going to dive right into a lot of this different topics today, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys. Before I get started, I want to make sure I give you guys a very, very happy holidays. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I will be live tomorrow as well, but it's going to be a shorter, abbreviated version. It's not going to be the full hour, or at least at this moment. So I will be going live tomorrow as well for Thanksgiving. So definitely happy holidays. If you guys can't make it, no worries. But yeah, let's dive right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. We got a lot of Cardinal news to go ahead and dive right into. So big thing that I want to make sure I talk about first is obviously, the information that we ended up getting yesterday, right? We ended up seeing some breaking news pertaining to Sean Kugler. Sean Kugler, our offensive line coach, ended up getting released yesterday from the Arizona Cardinals. Now, it's a really weird situation, right? We ended up releasing him. I believe it was Monday morning is when we ended up releasing him. And then he didn't play, like he didn't actually coach at all, which is really odd, but like we didn't get the information until this morning. So it's just like really, really weird, but it's like typical Arizona Cardinals and like the way that ended up happening. Now it's really weird that this happened. Now we know exactly why Sean Kugler now ended up getting fired or released from his duties, but this is the man right here. Now this guy had so much high praise coming, to the Arizona Cardinals, being the guy that was going to be able to fix our offensive line. A lot of great praise from Sean Kugler. So it's very unfortunate what happened pertaining to his dismissal, but I completely 100% back the Arizona Cardinals for doing what they did, right? So this is basically the big, thing that happened here today, right? Now, yesterday we didn't know. This morning, this did come out. Now, I want to kind of get your guys' opinion on this, and obviously, I'll give you guys my opinion on this whole situation as well. Now, this report did come from John Weinfuss from ESPN. He said that the Cardinals' assistant coach, Sean Kugler, was fired for groping women, sources say. Now, please keep in mind that obviously this isn't okay, right? I am a father, and I know a lot of people don't know that about me, but I'm a father of a girl, so girl dad, and honestly, this is obviously not okay, right? I don't know the context. I don't know anything about that other than, groping women. just keep your hands to yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Like that, it's as easy as that. It's dumb to know that like I don't know why people have the mindset of like, hey, I'm gonna go to a different country, right? And I'm gonna go wild. Like, I understand Mexico is a lot looser, like in the laws, and they do things different than the United States, but like it still remains the same. Just don't grow up women, like women. Like it's just weird. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the complete backstory. That's literally what they told us is because groping women, and that can be kind of anything, right? Maybe they were in a party, maybe they were in a bar, who knows? I don't really know, but that was the report that ended up coming out. So if you were curious as to why Sean Kugler was released from his duties, that's basically what it is in a nutshell, right? And that doesn't really, it's just a big mess on what the Arizona Cardinals have been going through, right? Because Sean Kugler is not the only coach that we ended up firing, right? Earlier this year, we ended up firing, was it James Saxton? I believe that's what it was. Yeah, James Saxton was the guy that we ended up releasing earlier this year. He ended up getting fired as well, and he ended up taking some time for a administration leave because he was in an incident with a whole domestic violence issue with his personal life. So it's crazy, y'all. Like these millionaires, they're just like us, y'all. Like they're just like us, and it's so funny because like it's not funny. I'm sorry. Let me trace back. It's not funny, but like some people like praise these coaches and these GMs and these head coaches and owners and players to such a high standard, being that like, hey, they're never gonna do what regular people do, bro. They do what regular people do. Trust me. The only difference between them and us is that they get paid millions and millions of dollars. That's the only difference, like legit. So, like, definitely no excuse at all. Sean Kugler should not be groping women in Mexico. It's exactly the same thing. He got fired from it, and I support the Arizona Cardinals for doing that situation. But with the whole situation with James Saxton earlier this year, and now Kugler, this whole situation just really weird. Let me get to this super chat here from my guy Jack. Thank you so very much for the contribution. He says the culture has been the same for 20 years. BA sort of changed it, but the culture has never been good in AZ. I've been a fan for over 15 years. Yeah, and I think that's kind of one thing that I really want to make sure that we talk about in this stream, because the culture with this Arizona Cardinal team it's bad, man. It's bad. And I know I ended up making a tweet yesterday pertaining to like obviously the double standards that come along with Michael Bidwell, and as well as Michael Floyd, James Saxton, and now Kugler. And I know there was other people that kind of sprinkled in with things that happen off the field, but like the double standards that is in this organization is just absolutely wild, right? We know the situation that Michael Bidwell as well as Steve Keim are best friends, or at least seems to be very good friends with each other, maybe family friends. But it's very irritating to see from the outside looking in, because you want accountability, right? Like, I'm not sitting here and saying anything like this isn't warranted. Sean Kugler, if this is correct and if this is true, he should be fired, right? Absolutely. In an absolute heartbeat. I don't support that at all. I'm a father of a girl, and I would not want some old crusty old man groping on my young daughter when she grows up. Hell no. So I support this. I 110% support what exactly the Arizona Cardinals did. I agree. I think they made the right decision here and letting him go. The truth of the matter here is that I just want some consistency. I want some line. I want some line in this organization saying, like, if you do this, you're gone. If you do this, you're gone. Look, that's just what I want. I want to see different. I want to see everybody treated exactly the same. And because obviously Sean, Steve Keim is public enemy number one for a lot of people's eyes, right? Especially in my eyes, I never liked, Steve Keim in the GM role. I don't have no issue with him personally. He might be a great dad, he might be a great father, but he's just not getting the job done for the Arizona Cardinals. And that's just something where I'm going to stick to my guns with. And I truly do believe that we need to get some sort of difference maker in there, right? And I think sometimes people might find me to be very narratively and bashing on Steve Keim, but truth be told, like, if he would ask himself if he's doing the right job, like if he's doing the best he can, or not the best he can, but the best for the organization, I would hope that he would be truthful to himself, right? And say, no, I'm not doing the best for this organization, because we haven't won a Super Bowl. We haven't got those things that we all want to happen for our Arizona Cardinals. And I understand, right? I understand where people come from, but truth be told, I just want to be fair, right? I want everything to be fair amongst everybody. Make this an environment where people feel like their ownership has their back. And I don't think they feel that way, right? I honestly don't think that they 100% feel that way. So let me get to the super chat here for my guy, Jason Crow. He says, can we fire Kime and Cliff for the crimes of bad culture? Yeah, I mean, that's funny. I hope so, right? It's sad. It's really sad that like we're in the situation that we are in right now, right? Where we're, having to go based off case by case scenario, right? Case by case scenario is what we're going based off at this very moment. And it sucks. We should be a organization that's just absolutely unison. We should be an organization that treats everybody the same, right? Not because he's the best friend of the owner, he can have some more leeway. I don't like that. I don't like that. And if I was an employee of this organization, that would be, what I would be chirping about, right? That would be something that I would be talking about, if I was a disgruntled employee. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these employees are getting paid very, very handsomely for what they do. So I don't expect anybody to come out that works for the Arizona Cardinal organization to say, oh, Steve Keim sucks, right? They're getting paid, right? They're feeding their families. They're doing everything they can. So I guess happy holidays, right? Happy holidays to everybody that's making millions and millions of dollars, as well as everybody currently in the chat. So yeah, we'll see. Right. We'll see exactly what happens and how it all transpires. Obviously, big breaking news yesterday. Sean Kugler did go ahead and get released from his duties as the offensive line head coach. And I do believe that we are going to be not having like anybody to protect that, or at least right now we haven't heard anybody that's going to be elevated to kind of take over that role, at least at this very moment. I'm only assuming we're going to be getting that news later on, but we'll see, right? Now let's segue over to a much happier topic, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Sean Payton a little bit. I know a lot of people on here want to talk about Sean Payton. This is a breaking news that we ended up seeing this morning. Now, we kind of already knew that like this was something that a lot of Arizona Cardinals wanted, right? Fans want us to fire Kime. Fans want the Cardinals to fire Kime and Cliff. Like it's apparent, it's obvious. That's what we want. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? There's nobody here that's going to be able to convince me that there's one person that still wants to hold on to Cliff. And I mean, there might still be, right? There might be still those fans that are like, oh, Cliff got his 11 wins last year. There might be still those people out there, and that's fine, right? Opinions are opinions. But we just got a big, obviously, rumor dropping this morning from ESPN sources saying that we have Sean Payton linked to the Arizona Cardinals. This man right here, this beautiful man right here is linked to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, obviously, it has to be reciprocated. It can't be one of those, relationships that we love him, but he doesn't love us, right? He needs to love us as well, ladies and gentlemen. It can't be one of those scenarios where it's a one-way street. No, it needs to be reciprocated, right? Now, in this article that we ended up seeing here today pertaining to Sean Payton and being linked, there's other teams also linked, to Sean Payton as well, right? And those were the Cowboys and the Chargers. Now, the Chargers were a team that I'm a little worried about. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, the Chargers worry me. Now, the Cowboys are also linked to Sean Payton as well. I'm not really worried too much about the Cowboys, not because I don't fear the Cowboys or anything like that, but if you're having success with Sean McCarthy, like it would be really weird for you to move off of Sean McCarthy, right? At least can we all acknowledge that situation, right? If we're having success with Sean McCarthy, I don't think that the Cowboys will move off of Sean McCarthy, right? Currently, right now, they're sitting at 7-3. They're having a pretty darn good season for them. The Arizona Cardinals are the complete opposite, right? The Arizona Cardinals are sitting in a downward spiral with 4 wins, at least as of right now. Now, can we get more wins in the season? Yes, we can. But we're sitting at number 3 in the division. We're 4-7. And honestly, everybody's lost hope, right? There's a lot of fans out there that's lost hope. This Arizona Cardinal organization fan base has lost hope. And I don't blame them, right? I'm curious to figure out how the attendance is going to be in this next coming game versus the Chargers. We have a new coming game versus the Chargers, right? This coming Sunday. And I'm curious. I'm curious to figure out how the Arizona Cardinal fan base is going to respond. Now, we're still going to have Arizona Cardinal fans in the stands, right? In the stadium. We can't somehow say everybody ban the Cardinals, right? And everybody's going to listen. No, that's not the way it works. people are going to go to the games because that's their decision, right? It's their money. They do whatever they want to do with. But one team that I fear is the Chargers, that they can possibly take Sean Payton away from us, right? But the Chargers are doing pretty darn good of themselves, right? They're going for a playoff run. Now, they are in the AFC West right now. So they're kind of dealing with the situation with, being the little brothers of Kansas City. But I feel like they always kind of have Kansas City's number, except for this last time, right? I feel like they always do a very good job with Kansas City. But right now, they're sitting at 5-5, right? 5-5, the Chargers are sitting at right now. They still have hope. They're sitting at the number 2 spot right now. Now, granted, it doesn't help that the AFC East is doing really good. You got the Jets, the Patriots, the Bills, and then the Dolphins all at 6+ wins together. So, obviously the Chargers are going to have to work, right? The Chargers are going to have to work. But that team right there really scares me. Couple different reasons why. We already heard the Chargers were linked to Sean Payton a little earlier in the season. California, right? The weather is beautiful. I think I heard something like he has ties to California, either like family or something like that. I don't really 100% remember exactly what it is, but that team really worries me about possibly getting Sean Payton. Now, the best thing we can do as Arizona Cardinal fans right now, guess who we're playing this coming week? We're playing the Chargers, ladies and gentlemen. The Arizona Cardinals, we're playing the Chargers. You know what that means for the Arizona Cardinals or in the Chargers? I would say Cardinals, please don't win that game, because honestly, that gives us another win and no opportunity for us to get Sean Payton. I'm just speaking out of here right now, because honestly, another win is not going to do anything for us, especially against a team that we're kind of going back and forth with. Hey, is it going to be us or the Chargers? Cowboys, I'm not worried about. I think they're going to be staying with McCarthy, at least at this very moment. Let me get to my contribution here real quick with my guy No F's Given. He says, Mike, what do you think if Payton comes out and says, whoever wins the next game gets me? Oh my goodness. This is a great segue, my guy. This is a great segue. Honestly, if he did just come out and say that, bro, I don't think he's ever going to, or I don't think anybody's ever going to say that. So I'm going to lean on the side of the Arizona Cardinals don't win, because that would put us in more of an eager spot. Imagine if the Arizona Cardinals win 7-8 games, right? 7-8 games in the season. We're not going anywhere, but we're a mediocre team. It's less enticing for a team to move off of that, because they're going to blame it on injuries. They're going to blame it on injuries. They're going to say, oh, we're fine. This didn't happen. We're fine. And we're going to keep, Cliff Kingsbury as is. So, I mean, the benefit of the Arizona Cardinals is to not win this game. Now, I'm not saying tank, right? I'm not sitting here and saying we should tank against the Chargers. I truly just don't believe we're going to beat a team like the Chargers, because we haven't been able to beat a team with a winning record. Now, granted, the Chargers don't have a winning record. They're 5-5, but they're a pretty darn good team, right? Eckler, Mike Williams when he's healthy, Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, right? They got some good pieces, especially on the defensive side as well. They got some good pieces over there as well. They're going for a playoff run, at least in my eyes. The Chargers are going for a playoff run. Us, on the other hand, we're just hoping to get a freaking win, right? Anybody who talks or asks me about playoffs from this point moving forward, we are going to continue to play this clip.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
And that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's where the Arizona Cardinals are right now. That's the moment that we're sitting at this very moment. Let's listen into a clip from Derek Anderson, one of the great quarterbacks of the Arizona Cardinals.
And laugh. It's not funny. It's not fun. Nothing's funny to me. I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed on Monday Night Football in front of everybody. That's why I'm asking you.
That right there is like deja vu, ladies and gentlemen. That right there is like deja vu, because we got embarrassed on Monday Night Football. Derek Anderson let us know what happened. He went ahead and told the future for the Arizona Cardinals, said we don't want to be embarrassed. And boy, did we get embarrassed on Monday Night Football versus the San Francisco 49ers. Let me go over to this next contribution from my guy Caleb. He says Sean Payton will decide to build around Herbert or Kyler. That's the main key for him. Saints will be one that has the best first round pick. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely fair. Because we also got to think about it that way. Great call out, Caleb. So depending, right? It really just depends on who the Saints want as well. Because if you really think about it, The Saints are looking for a high round pick. They gotta trade Sean Payton away. They gotta trade that. There's some compensation that the Arizona Cardinals need to give. Who's gonna be the one with the worst record? Right here, ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Cardinals. We're the ones. We're gonna be the ones struggling. Yeah, great call out there. Great call out. We got my guy on the comment saying DA was terrible. Not to get confused with DeAndre Ayton, but obviously Derek Anderson. My goodness. I feel like we just have to take a walk into memory lane, right? Every time we're on a stream, we got to take a walk into memory lane just to realize how good we have it compared to what we used to have. Like literally, guys, I used to watch games with my face in my couch. Like my head hair used to hurt every Sunday. I don't know why I used to watch the Cardinals. I used to like not want to eat. It was bad. It was bad. So take a walk into memory lane for sure. So yeah, I mean, Sean Payton is a big deal, right? It's a big news. And I know there's a lot of people right out there that are saying like, hey, Sean Payton's not going to come to us. Stop getting your hopes up, right? I understand, right? I understand where you guys are coming from. You don't want to, blow the, what's the word, smoke into people's bums. I'm right there with you. I'm right. I get it. But I mean, like, this is all we have at this moment, right? As Cardinal fans, like, this is what we have. This is what the Cardinal fans have at this moment. This season isn't going anywhere. Like if we had some sort of dream, if some sort of hope, and we start believing in Santa Claus again, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, why do you want to take that away? Let us have it. I mean, we're used to getting our dreams crushed. We're used to it. It's not like we're not going through anything that we haven't felt before. Why crush the dreams? Why crush the dreams? Let us believe in Santa. Let us believe in the Tooth Fairy. Just let us. Because at this very moment, that's what we're looking towards right now. We're looking towards the off season. We're looking to see maybe we can get a high round offensive lineman, a high round cornerback, a high round edge player, something that can give us some light at the end of the tunnel. Because boy, this Arizona Cardinals organization has completely failed us this year. And yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Expectations should have been at an all-time high, right? It shouldn't have been. But it's where we're at. It's where we're at as an organization right now. So I'm excited. I'm going to kind of give that idea of a possibility, right? Maybe, if not this. I'm going to be excited with the possibility and the hopes of it can possibly happen. So let's do this. I want to know what you guys have to do. Obviously, this is the morning show, ladies and gentlemen. Every morning we go live at 10:30 a.m. Monday through Thursday here on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. If you guys could do me one favor, I'm super curious to figure out what you guys are doing right now. You guys are at school? Are you guys at work? Are you guys doing laundry? What are you guys doing right now while you're tuning in here to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube? Appreciate you guys for being here, by the way. But those are the big kind of storylines coming into yesterday. Now, I know a lot of people reached out to me about Sean Kugler. They're like, hey, did you know what happened? I didn't want to make a video specifically about Sean Kugler until we knew exactly what it was. All we know is that he got released yesterday. And now we know, right? Now we know exactly why Sean Kugler got released. Mexico, tequila got the best of him, went into a bar he shouldn't have gone into. And obviously, I don't know the details, but groping women is what basically they're saying. Let me get to this contribution from my guy Caleb. He says, Bidwell already on his way to New Orleans. Bro, let's pay for the gas. Well, maybe not. I mean, that's pretty expensive. But sheesh, if that jet isn't flying to New Orleans right now, I don't know what to tell you, right? Facts. This should be more of an enticement to get rid of Keim and to get rid of Cliff Kingsbury. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is a possibility, what you need to do as an owner is look yourself in the mirror and said, I effed up. I effed up. I effed up. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I effed up. Get yourself on the plane and go on over to New Orleans or wherever the heck Sean Payton lives and bring him on over, because this would be the time to do something like that. Get rid of Cliff. Why have him? Why? There's no reason to retain somebody that's basically dead men walking at this very moment. There's no coming back from this. What are we going to win? Maybe 1 or 2 more games in the 6 games that we have left right now? The culture is shot. The culture is done. There's no culture with this Arizona Cardinal organization anymore. We saw that with Antonio Hamilton. This man made a business decision. He said that the offense sucked. I'm not going to put my body in the risk and try to risk blocking this guy, right? This big 6+4 man George Kittle. I'm going to let him walk into the end zone because honestly, I'm making it a business decision right now. I'm not doing a darn thing to stop him to go into the end zone. He didn't do anything. He didn't want to block him. The culture's shot right now. There's no coming back from it. We got a Hard Knocks episode today, right? And I'm excited. Honestly, I'm actually pretty bummed out about what we've been hearing and seeing about Hard Knocks, being that they might be scrapping some things that we all want to see. Now, obviously, we'll have a little bit more to talk about tomorrow during Thanksgiving show. Now, like I said a little earlier, we're going to have a small abbreviated show tomorrow. So happy holidays to everybody in advance if you guys can't make it. But yeah, I mean, it's the truth of the nature. You see something like this, you see the rumors, first thing you should do, put Sean Payton on speed dial real quick and be like, hey, bro, well, you really want to come over? What's going on? What's happening? All right, we can make it happen. All right, cool. Fire Cliff. There's no point in keeping him at all. Let's get to Hector's super chat. He says, we need to contact Hard Knocks and do a hashtag Fire Kime and Fire Cliff outside rally. Oh, that's a great idea, Hector. Ooh, that's a great idea, Hector. Boy, let me put that on my post-it note right now. But brother, you are a genius, my guy. You are an absolute genius. I'm going to go ahead and make a post-it of this right now. This is, yeah, hell yeah. This is what we do. Contact Hard Knocks. That scribble says contact Hard Knocks. I got you, brother. I got you. That's a great idea, man. Imagine the narrative. Imagine it. Woo, buddy, Hard Knocks. You want some drama? We got some drama for you. And the tapes better be rolling this time around, right? The tapes better be rolling this time around, ladies and gentlemen, because we're done. The fandom is pissed. We're upset. So we see this, right? We see this news. We get it, right? It might be high probability of Sean Payton to pick an Arizona Cardinal team, but boy, does it feel so darn good to maybe have that inkling of the Arizona Cardinals possibly getting him. Get on the phone right now, Michael Bidwell. Put him on speed dial and make him the GM/head coach, because that's another thing we need to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Not only compensation is going to be something we need to talk about, but we need to talk about the idea of if Sean Payton comes, what does that mean for Steve Keim? No, Steve Keim, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing no GM work. Nope. I also don't want him in the front office either. You are not doing no GM work up in here because honestly, Sean Payton wants it all. Sean Payton wants the head coaching position and he wants everything to be him. The players, everything. Control for days is what Sean Payton wants. And I don't have any issue with it. I have no issue with that. Give it. It's like that thing, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's broke. It's broke. It's been broke. We need to get it done. 110%. It needs to be done. Let's get to my next contribution here from Caleb. He says, a bad record gives Bidwell a reason to fire Keim and Cliff and give New Orleans the best draft pick. Nothing happens. You're risking D-Hop, Watt, Hudson, and Buddha. Another good call out. Caleb. With your list there, I'm more worried about D-Hop and Buddha. Because Hudson, literally, I think Hudson has one door out in retirement. And I'm only speaking speculation, right? I'm only speaking speculative, right? Like, I have nothing. I have no sources. I have nothing. But truthfully, I think Hudson has a foot out, and he's thinking retirement. He's collecting the check. He's pulling a Terrell Suggs on us. J.J. Watt, on the other hand, I like JJ. I like what he brings. I like JJ's story, but I want that money to be allocated to somebody younger, somebody hungrier, not hungrier because JJ Watt's hungry. I want that money to be allocated somewhere else. I love JJ though. I really do. But sometimes I think we need to kind of look ourselves in the mirror and be like, hey, maybe this might not be the right investment. It might be, right? I might be wrong. But I want to see JJ healthy for entirety of the season. And this year, I mean, he's doing good, but I mean, we haven't really seen a healthy JJ. So I'm a little treading lightly on those two players, but Buddha and Hop, facts. Oh, absolute facts. You know what thing that's funny to me, and it's weird because I like to listen to people like exactly what they say, and it's funny. Well, I mean, I guess that's not funny, but to me, when I listen to DeAndre Hopkins speak in the post-game show, Cameron Cox from Channel 12 ended up asking him, right? And asking him the same question that they ended up asking Buda Baker. Do you feel like, everybody played hard till the end? And obviously he answered the way he answered, very politically correct. But he actually asked him, hey, I saw you speaking to Kyler Murray coming in. And he told him, hey, I was talking to Kyler Murray about the future. What are you talking about the future? What are you talking about the future? The future about what? Cliff Kingsbury gone and how things are going to look very, very good when Cliff Kingsbury gets the axe? That's where my mind went, ladies and gentlemen. And I get it, right? Well, I'm speculating, right? I'm only talking in riddles. I'm only trying to decode something that doesn't need to be decoded. Imagine a world, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine a world where we're going to be seeing that happen. Maybe they already know. The locker room already knew that Steve Wilkes was going to get the axe. The locker room already knew that Steve Wilkes was going to get the axe at the end of the season. So, I mean, we'll see, right? I mean, we'll see what happens. But going back to Sean Payton wants all the control. Sean Payton's going to want all the control. The drafts, free agency, everything. He wants everything. He wants it all. Wants it all. I just saw something on Twitter. It looks like it's bad news for the Rams. The Rams are continuing to dwindle right now. Just FYI, ladies and gentlemen, I think that their backup quarterback, not John Wolford, but their backup quarterback is getting first-team reps right now. And I believe it's like Perkins. What's his name? Bryce Perkins getting first-team reps this week. So, man, the Rams are going through it all, y'all. Paving the way for a potential start, giving injuries to Matthew Stafford and John Wolford. Bro, the Rams are spiraling right now, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely spiraling. And I love it. I'm here for it. All right, let me get to my guy No F's Given with another contribution. He says, D-Hop might be saying, I'm not coming back, K1. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Don't bring me down now, man. Don't bring. This is the first time I've been smiling for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Hey, but this is it's open, right? It's open for interpretation here at this point, y'all. Caleb with another super chat. Appreciate you, Caleb. He says Sean will bring in high caliber players. He will bring high caliber players, and he will bring in draft picks that will work in year one. That's what he will bring for the Arizona Cardinals. And that's what I've been longing to see. Bring players in the draft, especially those high round picks that can play, give them the opportunity to make mistakes and get better. So by year 2 or 3, we know he's a bust or he isn't a bust, right? That's what we want to see. That's what we would love to see as an Arizona Cardinal fan base. I don't want to see 4 years down the road saying, oh, remember that first round pick that we ended up getting or that second round pick? I haven't seen him, but we saw him in year 3 and now he's getting better. Nah, you either can play or you can't play. If you're a high round pick, you're getting put out there and making mistakes and getting coached to those mistakes. And if you ain't getting better, then you find yourself on the bench. But that's what I would love to see. Keim's got to go. Keim is got to go. There's no point in paying for both of them. I'll save you a business decision, Michael Bidwell, and you can send me a letter next time. I'll give you a head coach / GM, Sean Payton. You don't have to pay 2 people. Just pay 1. If you want to promote, Adrian Wilson and just give him the title, that's cool. No decision is coming from Adrian Wilson. Just advice to Sean Payton. You want to save some money? I got you. Fire those 2 guys, get Sean Payton, pay the man, and pay 1 man to do 2 people's jobs. You're welcome. Send me a letter. Postmark it. It's what you need to do. It's what you need to do, ladies and gentlemen. It's what you need to do. Now, I get it. Sean Payton's going to be more expensive than a Cliff Kingsbury, right? I get it. You only pay for one, though. We got to do it, y'all. We got to do it. Get rid of crime. It's over. It's done. Get rid of Cliff. It's done. It's done. It's over. I don't know any Cardinal fan to think we have a chance against this Charger team coming in here. The Chargers did very well against the 49ers. The Chargers did very well against the Chiefs. You know, both teams that destroyed us this year, two teams that destroyed us, the 49ers and the Chiefs destroyed us. Oh, hell yeah. I'll be okay with Sean scream. Oh, hell yeah. I'll eat it up. I'll say, boy, have you seen that screenplay from Sean Payton? That man looked good. We'll change the narrative real quick in a heartbeat. I'll be like, damn, Sean Payton uses those screenplays like nobody's business. He looks good at it. The narrative would be changed, ladies and gentlemen. We just need somebody new. We need somebody different. That's what we need. But Sean Payton wants the control. Sean Payton needs the control. No, F. Skiven says, left a low BOGO deal with Sean Payton. Smart deal. Bam. Trademark it. Send me a letter. I would like an Arizona Cardinal picture as well with that letter, but I just saved you money right there, ladies and gentlemen. BOGO deal, 100%. Sean Payton can do it all. GM/coach. Let him take control. Give the man control. He wants it. He needs it. He's looking for a job. And you know darn well Sean Payton would love nothing more than having a person like Kyler Murray. Woo! Just unlocking the abilities sounds amazing to me. Just unlock the potential, ladies and gentlemen. Just unlock it. Let's go. So I'm excited. So we'll see, right? We'll see how it goes down. Obviously, tomorrow's the holidays, ladies and gentlemen. Happy holidays. We have 120 people here right now. If you guys haven't done so already, smack the like button. Definitely do that favor for me right now. Smack it up. Happy holidays to you guys. We will be live tomorrow as well for a small abbreviated show as long as we don't have very much to talk about. Most likely, we're going to be recapping the Hard Knocks episode, which is going to be highly edited, highly unentertaining. But, you know, we're going to continue to do what we do. So if you want some time, if you have some time, anywhere between 10:30 to 11, stop by the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. We will be live, obviously singing, praising happy holidays, and hopefully you guys have a very, very good holidays with your family. So let's continue. Let's continue this live podcast here, ladies and gentlemen. I know everybody's very excited here, right? As I am, or at least maybe I'm the only one really excited on this chat because the possibility and the thoughts of hopes of him, I think it's a very good hope and possibility. Honestly. I think I'm happy with the hopes and possibilities. And even if we don't get a Sean Payton, maybe we get somebody like, Eric Bieniemy. Hey, that'd be kind of cool, right? Maybe somebody else, maybe that offensive coordinator from the Eagles. But it's the time, It's the time to start the rumors. It's the time to start thinking about the new head coach. But because we ain't going there with this way. That's for darn sure. All right, let's continue with the contributions. We got my guy Caleb saying Sean would see Kyler as a Taysom Hill / Drew Brees in one. Caleb and no F's given. And my dude Jason, appreciate all the contributions, by the way. Wow. I feel like you're unlocking a piece of my brain that like hasn't quite processed what we've seen so far this morning. My guy here, this is why I love you, boy. This is why I love you boys and girls in here in the chat here. You guys are unlocking pieces of my brain that would be absolutely magnificent. Sean, would you see Kyler Murray as a Taysom Hill / Drew Brees? And man won a Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl ring. Not a Super Bowl, a Super Bowl ring. I feel like I need to get that clip from BA. I feel like that's very, very inspiring, at least to me. Imagine, man. Just imagine a world, y'all. I'm going to do this here real quick. I'm going to do this. Can we just take a moment real quick? Just take a moment. Just get some fire emojis in the comments below, y'all. Let's just a quick second here real quick. I'm going to get back to No F's Given's contribution here real quick. Let's just take a quick second. Imagine a world. All right, guys. Appreciate you all for doing that. Thank you so very much. All right, let's get to the contributions here. Let's keep it rolling. We got my guy No F's Given says we should start a hashtag Payton for Cardinals. Everyone, hashtag all over your social medias and let Sean Payton. Yeah, 100. I think Sean Payton knows we want him here, y'all. We know it. Like he knows that we know he knows that we know we want him. You know what I mean? But I agree. I'm down with the hashtag, and you know me. You know me. I'm down with it. Payton to the Cardinals. It sounds beautiful. Sounds like a beautiful thing. And why not get something like that, right? Why not? Like, you got Kyler Murray, man. We know what Kyler Murray can do if he's got a competent coach. We know, right? We know. So, or even if Kyler Murray can't do it, we know Sean Payton will yell at him, right? Like, Sean Payton, bro, like we know. If Kyler Murray can't do it with Sean Payton, then we know, right? Get Kyler out. or we can use him as a very expensive gadget player. I don't know. I'm just talking mess right now. I'm just talking mess. But yeah, Sean Payton, man, I think it's a truth reality here that we might possibility, even if it's a 5%. I think a lot of us are very excited with the possibility of having him as an Arizona Cardinal coach. So we'll see. We got my guy says, sounds like a Super Bowl ring. A2B2 Lux. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. It sounds like a Super Bowl ring to me as well. I don't think you can't make it up, man. Can't make it up at all. Sounds like a Super Bowl ring to me as well. Now, quick question for you guys. Is anybody going to the Chargers game? Anybody going to the Chargers game? Because honestly, I got tickets to it. This doesn't sound very good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna if I go, I'm probably just gonna buy a very expensive minchelada, which I'm gonna regret. Although it's good, it's a good minchelada, right? So I'm probably gonna regret drinking it, but I'm gonna regret buying it because $18 for a minchelada that's yay big. It doesn't seem like a very good investment. Anybody going to the Chargers Cardinals game this weekend? Anybody going to the Chargers Cardinals game this weekend? Eric Lee says, I'll be outside protesting. Well, you let me know where you're going to be at, Eric Lee. I got you. You let me know where you're going to be at. I'll let you know. Jonathan says, boycotting games for a while. Love it. Keep it going. Boycott it. JP says, I'll be at Sunday's game. Nice. Mike, you should go to the game and bring a sign called, oh, hell yeah. Facts, bro. I think I'm going to bring multiple. If I do go, I'm going to bring multiple signs. I'll be like, one sign says what I want. The other sign, I'm going to, the positive side. So, yeah, I mean, it might be worth making an appearance there. Might be worth making an appearance. Going to Denver. Jordan says, I am. Okay, I mean, hey, no shame. Don't be sad. Okay, I mean, you're saying, nah, I'm not going. Double A Ron says, I might. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, enjoy it, right? I mean, if you're going with family and friends, obviously enjoy it. Don't expect to win, right? I mean, I don't say that very often, but I think truth to the nature here is I think we're all kind of going through a standstill of this team. This team has been very uneventful. This team's been very uninspiring. I don't foresee a win for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, also keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that if the Arizona Cardinals do somehow win, right? Like if we somehow squeak a win, can we please, and you hold me accountable as well, everybody. Hold me accountable. If you start seeing Mike smiling and saying we're going to the playoffs, please shut it down. Please say, hey, Mike, no, stop. Hit me. SWAT, virtual SWAT. You let me know. Hey, don't get hyped up. This Cardinal team's broke our heart before. Don't do it. Just hold me true, ladies and gentlemen. If we somehow squeak out a win, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I mean, we'll see. All right, let's get to this contribution here from my guy Michael, Seahawk fan. What's up, Michael? Appreciate you for being here. One person told me before that if you have other people that are that are fans of different teams that are coming to this show, I'm doing something right. So I appreciate you, Michael. Thank you so very much for stopping by, and I hope you do like the content. You probably just like watching the Arizona Cardinals crash and burn, but let me see what you are saying in the contribution. He says, do you think Keim will trade Buddha to Seattle for Broncos' second pick? We need a safety, and you need draft picks. Buddha played 4 years at the University of Washington. Bring Buddha home. # go Hawks. No. No. I don't think so. Now, I do fear the day that Buddha or DeAndre Hopkins wants to be traded away, right? I do fear that. And I do think that the Arizona Cardinals don't do anything, and we're going to be rolling with the same regime going into next year. Maybe next year, ask me this question, and I probably can answer with, better. But as of right now, obviously, Budda Baker is a big focal point, a huge focal point in this defense. This man was supposed to be out 2 to 3 weeks. This man was supposed to be out 2 to 3 weeks, and he said, "Hell no, I'm coming into this game the next week with an ankle sprain." So like, Budda Baker is, and I know you guys know Budda, right? I mean, obviously you guys want him back over there for a reason. Like, y'all know Budda. We know Budda. Budda is Honey Badger 2.0, but not injury prone. You know what I mean? Budda Baker is all that in a bag of potato chips. Like, he's great. I don't see him get traded away. He's a big focal point in this Arizona Cardinal defense, and what he says goes. So the moment he said that he doesn't feel like everybody was playing hard to the very end, people listened. People listened to the moment that Budda Baker said in the end of the game, last game, that everybody didn't play to the end, and he seemed pretty pissed off about that. People listened. Yeah, so I'm going to go with no. I'm going to go with no on that one. But I appreciate the super chat, my guy. Thank you so very much. It means the world. Keep Budda and AZ. Yeah, he's the heart and soul of our deep facts. Yeah, 100%. Budda, in my mind, Budda ain't going anywhere. You don't want a first, but no, and that's the thing. Well, here's the thing, right? I know you're asking, do we want a first? Keep in mind who our GM is right now, right? Right now, our GM is Steve Keim. Now, granted, yes, Isaiah Simmons has been, blossoming. Yes, Zaven Collins has been blossoming. But I want a player in the first round that's going to produce in the first round, right? First year. Give me a player right now that's going to produce. Even if we got a first rounder, like with who Keim gets and who Keim drafts, it's not saying very much. Like, if we got Sean Payton and you're giving us that first round, it'd be a different topic, different story. But honestly, I don't think I would even get rid of Budda for just a first rounder. Budda is a talent like you haven't seen in quite some time, right? Better than Jamal Williams in my mind. And obviously he got hurt and he's down for the season, but you guys are looking really good without, right? With your young core that you have right now on the defensive side of the ball. Budda Baker would just be that focal point for you guys, and that's not something that we would do. It would be a mistake to even send Budda Baker to a division rival, like right? That's talking point number one. You don't do stuff like that if you're an Arizona Cardinal fan. So there's that. So I'm going to go with no. But yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. He says, I'll be back if you're bad next year. Facts. All right. Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. What would you want to draft in the first round? Robert says, honestly, I'm still holding true to what I said this last offseason. Cornerback, edge, offensive line. Yes, there's other players that we might want here and there, but cornerback, edge, offensive line is what I'm kind of leaning towards. And right now, the last time I looked, the Arizona Cardinals right now are sitting at the 11th overall pick right now. So, I mean, we're outside the top 10, which kind of sucks, right? It sucks. But the Arizona Cardinals right now are sitting at the 11th overall spot right now. So, cornerback, offensive lineman. If you don't go edge, like I said, if you really have faith that Majay and Cam can develop into those good players, then hey, cool. Let's not go edge. Maybe we can do something like the interior defensive lineman, right? Maybe something like that. I've been longing for a person like Darnell Dockett for quite some time. I've been longing for a person like Calais Campbell for quite some time. Yes, we got J.J. Watt, but like J.J. Watt's in the tail end of his career, right? J.J. Watt's way better than Terrell Suggs. Let me tell you that right now. But like, I've been longing for a player in an Arizona Cardinal uniform like Darnell Dockett and Calais Campbell. We just haven't had it. We haven't had that dog. We haven't had it in a long, long, long time. So offensive lineman, cornerback, and interior defensive lineman / edge. I mean, that's kind of what I would be looking at. But I'm definitely going to be looking into more, obviously, prospects and who we're going to be looking into. Like I said, I don't see the Arizona Cardinals winning any more than like 2 games. And I think I'm being very generous, right? Because if you look at the Arizona Cardinals remaining games, we got the Chargers. We got a bye week after the Chargers game. We got the Patriots, the Broncos, the Buccaneers, the Falcons, and then the 49ers. Like, we can possibly win the Broncos, could possibly win the Falcons, but I'm honestly not 100% though. Like I'm not 100% on that. Cap prediction next year. I heard we were in top 5. We are, but there's a lot of people that we need to pay too. Like there's a lot of people that we need to pay. Like if you look at our roster, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Byron Murphy, just to name Zach Allen. So yes, we do have a lot of cap, but you really got to think about like how much we're going to allocate to the players that we have now. If that makes sense. So great call out. Yeah, we're definitely going to be up there. And this would be a perfect opportunity, right? For somebody to come in, a brand new regime to build the roster that they want to build, right? That's exactly what we would like to see. Build a roster that they want to build out in the vision of their own eyes. And I truly do believe that, hey, if we got this cap prediction, if we got a nice first round high pick, maybe we could do something like that. Because we're set in the wide receivers, like Marquise Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, right? Zach Ertz when he comes back. I think we're set with the weapons. Maybe a high round, or I'm sorry, a low round running back if Keontae Ingram doesn't shake out. But if he does, hey, cool, we got Keontae Ingram, right? So I know James Conner is not really, in the best fans' eyes right now. A lot of people don't really seem to be very happy with James Conner at this very moment, and I don't blame you. But at least at this very moment, yes, we're going to have high cap, but we do have a lot of players that we most likely are going to have to pay. That's going to be dwindling that cap number down. Let's keep reading here on the comments here. Appreciate you guys for, being here. By the way, we had 118 people right now. We got about 9 minutes left on the show. Let me do a real quick refresh to see if we have any news pertaining to any Arizona Cardinal news right at this very moment. Now, actually, let's talk about this real quick. I'm so curious to figure out like where you guys are at with this whole scenario of Greg Dortch. We talked about Greg Dortch, and it was pretty much nauseating to some people. They're like, oh my God, you go to high school with them? Why do you love them so much? Greg Dortch did really good this last game. He did really good. Now, I'm not sure where Rondale Moore is, at least as of right now. I don't think I've seen any updates pertaining to Rondale Moore. Let me take a look to see if I can find the Arizona Cardinal injury report. If he was even practicing yesterday, because today is Thursday. Let me see if Rondale Moore was practicing yesterday. Nothing yet. At least the injury report didn't come out for week 12. But didn't look good for Rondale Moore, right? I mean, he got hurt. He was out for the rest of the game. Greg Dortch came out, and he ended up, putting up very good numbers for the Arizona Cardinals. And it's so funny because, like, as Arizona Cardinal fans, you're pretty much used to it, right? Like, we're seeing our team every week, right? Week in, week out. Like, that's what we do, right? We watch the team. It's not because we're paid for it, because it's our team. Like, we love it. And Greg Dortch has been one of those guys. It's been, a bright spot for the Arizona Cardinals. And now he finally got his opportunity back, and yeah, his man's showing out. Now I'm not sitting here and saying that Rondale Moore isn't good. I'm not saying that, but I do think there's something to be said about maybe giving him at least some opportunity to be on the field a little bit more. Now, I know he's questionable as well. At least that's his status at this very moment, but he's got 2 touchdowns, 324 yards, and he played 3 or 4 games? So, I mean, starting 3 or 4 games, right? And I'm including this last game pertaining to Greg Dortch. So he technically didn't start, but he played a good majority of it. So I just think he's a baller, man. I think he's a baller. Just imagine a win out, bro. You mean like imagine a win? You're saying like winning every game here on out? Oh my goodness. If the Arizona Cardinals win the rest of the way is what you're saying? I don't know about that one. I know you're saying just imagine, right? I don't know if I want to imagine that. I mean, what if the Arizona Cardinals win every single game? We got 6 games left. We'll be 10-7. I don't know if I want to imagine that, my dude. I don't know if we want to imagine that, to be honest with you. Disappointing year for us. Hope they make the right changes in the offseason. I agree, 100%. Very, very underwhelming, right? Very underwhelming for the Arizona Cardinals. We had so much hope, so much praise, so much opportunity here for the Arizona Cardinals to make something of it, and we just didn't do anything. Like, this was supposed to be our, like this year, like, believe it or not, and I know a lot of people don't want to believe it, but, like, this was supposed to be our Super Bowl year, right? This was supposed to be the Super Bowl year. It was a Super Bowl window for the Arizona Cardinals. Because yes, Kyler Murray is in cap, right? He's a cap nightmare right now with how much he got paid, but it's only going to get worse the more and more he's under contract. So I think this year and maybe next year is the most cap friendliest in terms of like the cap hit for us. But yeah, this was supposed to be the year, y'all, and then just squandered it. It's typical Cardinals though. Like Cardinal fans that have been with the Cardinals for what 10 plus years or more has already been through the ringer. Like we've already been through it. So yeah, let's continue on. We got about 5 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I want to dedicate this next 5 minutes for the chat. Let's do that, or at least 4.5 minutes to the chat. Now, one quick plug real quick. I will be doing another live stream tomorrow. Happy holidays. If you guys can't make it tomorrow, it's going to be a short, abbreviated show tomorrow. Obviously, I want you guys to spend time with your families and stuff like that. We're going to be talking about injury report. We're going to talk about the recapping of Hard Knocks and stuff like that. Hopefully, we start seeing something, any news from Hard Knocks, and they're not scraping everything away. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So we are going to be doing a small, short, abbreviated version of the podcast tomorrow, 30-minute show, and then you obviously go on your guys' way, and you guys can, do your thing, right? Do your thing, because that's important. Family time is absolutely important. All right, let's take it to the chat here. Let's see what you guys have to say. If you haven't already smacked the like button, please do so now. Let's see what Anish has to say. Anish says, will Keim pick a punter in the next draft? Bro, if you think about it, like we're so like punter and kicker. Think about it. Andy Lee's still producing very well, right? So we're good there. But Matt Prater has been going through so much injury concerns. In my mind, if I was the GM, I would automatically think like, okay, who am I going to bring in that's young, that's going to be the future kicker for the Arizona Cardinals? Like I would, like maybe not draft somebody, but maybe an undrafted person, or maybe use a very high or late round pick for a punter or a kicker, something along those lines. And that's the thing, right? Like we don't hear any preparation. I couldn't speak. Preparation. Like we don't hear that from Steve Keim. And I think that's one of the big frustrations that I'm seeing from himself, because if I was in the position, I would automatically think, okay, next year, right? We suck this year. Let's look at our roster. Matt Prater is getting hurt every single second. Andy Lee, although still producing very well, he's getting up there in age, right? Maybe does he want to retire? What's going to happen, right? I would be getting in the ears of a lot of different players and saying, hey, man, where are you at? Because I want to make sure that I'm building out this team correct. I want to make sure that I'm building out this team for future success. And I'm just not seeing that with Steve Keim, or at least with what we've seen so far. We literally put this offensive line together like a Band-Aid, literally. Like everybody got hurt. Nobody should have been. Nobody's for the future. Like, right? Even when we got Rodney Hudson, that's not a future, right? Will Hernandez was put in here. Justin Pugh, although played very well, he got hurt. So, I mean, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. What's up, Caleb? He says, I tweeted you on Twitter. Okay, let me take a look here, man. Yes, that's the best way to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, y'all, like, if you guys don't follow me on my social platforms, like that's what you need to do. Twitter is probably the best. I'm very, very active on Twitter. And then also Instagram is going to be the best way for you guys to communicate. Because let's be honest, the comments here on YouTube, it ain't it. It ain't it at all. So just FYI, in case, just a real quick plug there. All right, let's do this. We have made it to the hour mark of this show. I want to go ahead and give a huge thank you for everybody that's currently in the chat right now. We got Caleb. We got Robert, the same damn bub, Mikey, Dakota, Brandon, Anish, Eric, AJ, Jacob, Lennon, all y'all. Thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. We are going to continue to roll with this same regular schedule of program, 10:30 a.m., Monday through Thursday, live podcast. And just another quick plug. Yes, we will be doing tomorrow as well, a small abbreviated 30-minute show, because I want to make sure that it's very important that you guys are actually hanging out with your families and enjoy Turkey Day, because honestly, I'm very excited about it, man. I've been counting the days, although yes, it has snuck up on me. This day has snuck up on me, and I can't believe tomorrow is Turkey Day. So everybody, if you can't make it to tomorrow's show, no worries. Absolutely no worries. Happy holidays. I will see you with all the other content that I'm going to be putting out on this channel. So I thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. As always, thank you so very much, and go Cards.